Are you okay?
Date.
The nurse told me you were here.
Yes, just resting. Iris's surgery was successful. They told me she would be fine. After I heard that, a weight left my shoulders, and I just collapsed.
Well as she'll be with a brain tumor, I guess.
It seems that she passed out and was brought here.
Yeah, the nurse told me.
You should know that, I bet you were in that
But I'm fine
conversation.
now. I feel much better.
Do you know anything about Iris and So? I know you know So.
So, Sejima? The politician?
Yes. We believe they might know each other.
I don't think so.
About Oda?
I am so thankful for Oda. No, words don't even do it justice. Oda saved Iris, didn't he? I heard the police talking about it. If Oda didn't go to the warehouse that night, Iris would be dead.
I mean, I still would like to know what happened between them leaving in the van and ending up here.
I really don't even know what to say. It's frustrating that there isn't a bigger word for thank you.
More about Oda?
Oda was actually one of my students. I was his teacher in elementary school.
You're everybody's teacher, apparently. Ugh, sorry about that. Seriously, you're everybody's teacher.
Even back then, he had such a strong sense of justice. Not that I'm one to say, but I believe he grew up to be quite an amazing young man. He risked his own life to save someone else.
And she wouldn't have been put there if he hadn't whacked me on the head with a walk in the first place.
His mother must have raised him well.
I guess about Iris.
Iris lost her left eye. They haven't found it yet.
Then they're not going to.
If the optic nerve and blood vessels are intact, they told me they might be able to restore it. But I'm thankful she's alive. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
Huh.
While I was waiting for news from Iris's surgery, I started thinking about Monica. And I felt like I was going to lose my mind.
No.
That must have been very painful.
Yes.
It's the first time we've had that name drop, but it sounds familiar.
Hitomi, what were you doing around 3 a.m. today? I don't mean anything by it. I'm just doing my job.
I was sleeping at home. The police came and picked me up around 4 a.m. That's when I heard about all this.
Her testimony matches what was in the investigation material.
The cops came to pick her up around 4?
Correct.
How long does it take to get from Hitomi's house to the warehouse?
20 to 25 minutes by car.
And the polar bear ran out of the warehouse at around 3:15?
Correct.
If you're fast, you can just make it.
Do you suspect Hitomi?
Not necessarily, but...
Well, I mean, you can't discount anything, but I don't think she would have
Sorry for asking you so many questions at a time like this.
No,
hurt her
it's
daughter.
fine.
I should go.
Let's shut the door on this weird Iris So thing that keeps cropping up. We know I've seen her mother there. She didn't seem to know him, and yet it was in his Somnium in which we saw her stabbed a bunch.
How did you get in?
Hopped over the fence.
That's trespassing, you know.
My baseball landed in your backyard. I was just trying to get it back.
Anyway... You're not gonna tell me anything, Mr. Bodyguard, are you? Well, no, I didn't want to talk to the Rock, but let's talk to Mr. So. Do you know Iris Sagan?
I don't. Who is that?
I showed him the picture of Iris I had.
This girl, do you recall seeing her?
No, I've never seen her.
I detect no noticeable rise in So's body temperature.
This guy's a politician. Lying is his job.
Well, true.
That doesn't mean that you won't exhibit some of the more subtle changes. Anyway. Where were you at 3 a.m. this morning?
Here, sleeping, of course. Why? What happened?
Did you not see the news?
No, I've been reading a book. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, I had nothing to do with it.
About your connection with the Kumakuras.
I told you yesterday. My relationship with them is perfectly legitimate.
Hey, Aiba. You were still in the middle of the story about So selling and buying the Kawasaki land.
Oh, we can continue that later.
So is feeding the koi in the pond. Do you know Iris Sagan?
No. It's this girl.
I showed him the picture of Iris I had. Please tell me you're a random A-Set fan.
Cute. What was that? Nothing. You just said cute, didn't you?
I did not.
You did.
Did not.
Did?
Why are we getting in a juvenile argument with a professional bodyguard?
I said shoot.
Why would you say shoot?
Look, I said I don't know her, all right?
About So's alibi?
Congressman Sajima was at home all Friday and Saturday.
How about from last night until this morning?
He was in his bedroom, resting.
Can you prove that?
My word should be enough.
Aiba, are there any security cameras in the mansion?
There are several, but for some reason, they are all powered off. There is no image data for the past few days.
Really? That's too suspicious to ignore.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
Are you finished here?
I'm just getting started.
You won't get anything, no matter what you ask. So Sajima has nothing to do with your case.
It's my job to decide that, not yours.
Okay, I didn't want to get rough. But if I need to, I'll feed you to the koi.
I'd like to see you try.
Date, he's not all talk.
What?
Check his body.
Oh, hello, X-Ray. I like how Mr. So has disappeared from the bridge. Oh, look!
This guy has a handgun.
It is, of course, real and loaded.
Although, I really hope it's not already cocked, or he's gonna lose something if he bends over.
So you're carrying, huh?
What are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. I should have you arrested for firearm violation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The gun you have on you.
I don't have a gun.
I know that you do.
You got a way to prove it?
I could search you.
Oh yeah? How? You need a warrant for that.
Are you finished? If you are done here, I'd like to ask you to leave.
Date, I don't believe we can accomplish anything further here.
No.
It's better for us to return to HQ.
This is why I hate politicians.
Well, you can't hardly believe the... Oh, I didn't get to ask the other thing. Oh well. I know he probably wouldn't have spilled it. Let's go to the diner. At least her son's not dead this time, but is she gonna blame us for this too? Well, at least she's smiling this time.
Who might you be?
It's me, Kaname Date. We met yesterday. I gave you my card.
Oh. So how can I help you?
It's Mayumi, Ota's mother. She has a picture frame next to her. Are you done packing?
Packing? What are you talking about?
I thought you came here to pack some of Ota's things for his hospital stay.
Ota? At the hospital? My boy's fine. You shouldn't say things like that to a mother.
Oh, yep. She's got memory issues. About that photo.
Oh, this?
As Mayumi spoke, she turned the photo toward me.
This is a family photo from when Ota was still small.
Oh, his dad. His dad does not look like a real person. That's just bizarre. Okay.
I wanted to look at it again. I'm a horrible mother. I've always caused trouble for my husband and Ota. They've helped me so many times. I am such a burden. But they were always smiling. They were so kind. I remember a gift they gave me one Mother's Day. They knew how much I liked floral patterns. So they gave me this apron and a kitchen knife. Oh, I was so happy. I was crying and smiling, and that's what this photo is from. It's kind of embarrassing, but isn't it such a nice photo?
Yes, that's very nice, Mayumi.
Where's your husband?
Oh, who knows?
Date, I did some research on her husband,
He's
Ota's
dead.
father.
Right.
His name is Matsushita Takaro.
Oh god, he looks just as terrifying.
He died of myocardial infarction 5 years ago.
What? What is going on here?
She has memory issues and she's forgotten.
Last night? What time?
Before 10 p.m.
Oh, I was already asleep by 10.
You were sleeping? That can't be.
Dude, she can't remember that she got clothes. She was supposed to get clothes for her son who's in the
You
hospital.
left the diner to chase after Ota and Iris. I saw the whole thing with my own left eye.
Left eye? Not both your eyes?
Well...
Anyway, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go anywhere last night. I was asleep. I was dreaming.
Dreaming?
Yes, a very nostalgic dream.
What kind of dream?
It was when my son had just started elementary school. I had Ota run an errand for me, and he was taking so long, and I was waiting. My husband said it was nothing to worry about, but I couldn't take it anymore and went to look for him. I found him at a traffic signal, crying. He said he couldn't come home because the signal was still red. But it was one of those crossing signals you have to push. That boy didn't even notice it. He just stood in front of that red light. So stubborn. So stupidly honest. That's my Ota. He was so cute. I couldn't help it.
Date, I noticed something. Can you look at Mayumi with the thermal imaging?
Why is her brain visible? That's kind of freaky.
Do you see it?
Part of her brain is blue.
That might be due to low blood flow in that part of the brain.
I mean, it's kind of impressive you're seeing that through her skull with your thermovision, especially with all the little wrinkles.
Which means...
Mayumi has an illness. I have checked her hospital records. For the past 6 years, Mayumi has been suffering from dementia.
dementia.
Symptoms vary considerably, but Mayumi appears to be afflicted by memory loss. She seems to be missing memories.
I see. So that's where those weird comments are coming from. Can she run a diner like that?
It isn't running.
What do you mean?
Matsushita Diner has been closed for 8 years. Matsushita Diner is near the Kabasaki district. It is not technically within the restricted area. However, after the chemical plant explosion, the number of potential customers must have dropped considerably. Before the accident, this diner managed quite well due to its proximity to Bloom Park. Patrons from Bloom Park would often eat here, being the cheaper option. But Bloom Park closed 8 years ago. The customers stopped coming, and then, naturally...
Does Mayumi not notice that the store's closed?
I do not think so.
Because of the dementia?
Yes.
I can't believe it.
Well, is that all? I have to start preparing for the dinner shift.
Mayumi stood and went to the kitchen. It's probably a good thing Ota takes more after his mom than his dad. Just saying, his dad might be an alien.
Date, let's go. It's better that you leave things be.
You're right.
Right, let's go look for clues. Alrighty. What was...
2 cars.
Yeah, I noticed that last night. The van belongs to Oda. We know that for sure. I don't know who the other car belongs to. Thought it could belong to Sosajima, but I wasn't sure.
These cars have been parked here since before 3:17 a.m.
1 van and 1 station wagon.
Cool. Red barrier line. In the old days, they used yellow caution tape. Okay. Crane. It's a crane.
Can you please move the crane?
Date, please shut up.
Oh, stop.
Stacked containers. I don't think this has anything to do with what happened. No, it's weirdly close to the warehouse. Anyway. Hello, policeman. I asked him about the investigation, but there's been no progress. No, nobody makes any progress unless I do it. Ugh. Anyway, van.
Who owns the van?
The Matsushita family. It appears as though it was used for transporting ingredients and supplies.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
Cool.
Ota's fingerprints were found on the steering wheel and gearshift. Iris's fingerprints were found around the passenger seat. Those were the only prints recently made.
Yeah, so why did they drive here of all places? And then what happened? Like, we need to figure that out.
This station wagon is a stolen car.
Of course it is.
Stolen.
Last night, the owner of the vehicle reported it stolen. It was stolen at 10:33 p.m. yesterday. The theft occurred in Fuchu, Tokyo, in the parking lot of Famisto, a convenience store along Koshu Highway.
The Famisto parking lot, huh?
The car was stolen while the owner was shopping inside the store. The vehicle's engine was on.
Who leaves their engine on while they go in the store?
The doors might have even been unlocked, which would have made the theft easy for the culprit.
What kind of a crazy world does this person live in? That's so dangerous. But he's regretting it now.
Who took the car?
Ota Matsushita.
What?
So, the killer, maybe, drove Well, it looks like they used the sync machine and then drove here, but took Iris in the van. And somewhere along the line, probably at that same Famisto, Oda was like knocked out or something. They took Iris, did everything, and Ota stole the car to come after her.
Ota got into the car and drove off. The security cameras at the convenience store caught the entire incident. Ota's fingerprints were also found on the steering wheel of that car. There is no doubt that it was Ota.
The stream of the polar bear started around 3 a.m.
Correct. About 10 minutes later, Ota appeared on screen.
Ota stole the car at 10:33 p.m. That makes 4.5 hours until he appeared on screen.
Station wagon Ota stole.
Was there anything else found inside the car?
There was one thing.
What was it?
Ota's cell phone. The one he purchased 2 days ago in Akihabara. It slid under the driver's seat.
Where's the phone now?
Its data is being inspected and evaluated.
Well, I'm glad they found something.
I cannot find anything in the vicinity that could be a clue.
Me either. Let's check inside the warehouse. Wow, it's cold in here.
The air conditioners have stopped. However, the insulation in the walls has kept the room temperature close to what it was this morning.
I should finish this investigation before I freeze to death.
Well then, you had better get started.
You are wearing a nice jacket, Dante. Should be fine. An oil drum.
It really does look like Reika from that cabaret club in Nakamaguro.
What part of her looks like a metal tube?
An oil drum. Probably not a clue this time. Shelves packed with cardboard boxes. I asked the cop on the scene and he said there wasn't anything special in them. There's a dark spot over there. The shadows on the left catch my eye. Shadow. Night vision. Square object.
There's something there.
You should go pick it up.
Wow, what kind of shoddy ass police work are you people doing? You didn't check the shadows.
I recognize this.
An Odoroki Man chocolate. You've been collecting them for 3 years. Each chocolate contains a special sticker inside. Years ago, you started buying them for Mizuki, but eventually, you got hooked on them. Even after Mizuki lost interest, you kept buying them.
That's a bittersweet memory. The Odoroki Man chocolate. Why is this here?
Perhaps we can use it as a clue. Let's investigate further.
Nothing else. Can't see well in the dark. Yo. Aren't you cold?
Yeah, some engineer from NRIPS created a jacket lined with heating wires. That keeps me warm. Nice, right?
Bet it sucks in the summer, though.
All the cops and inspectors around here are wearing them.
Any progress on the investigation? The answer is no.
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Wow! Wow! I already found something you missed. Just, ugh. Incompetence. No wonder nothing gets solved in this damn game.
The tires of the forklift are clearly frozen to the ground.
It hasn't been moved in a long time. What are you thinking?
Nothing. It just seemed noteworthy.
Possibly. Forklift is stopped. Hasn't been moved in years. I don't know if this has anything to do with what happened this morning. A forklift. I don't see anything special about it, other than it's not frozen to the ground the way the other one is. This one clearly got wet and frozen. This one doesn't. There's something relevant about it, eventually, sure. A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane.
That machine is used to cut ice. We have gathered testimony from the workers regarding it. This has always been in the warehouse, so the suspect did not bring it here.
No, they just wheeled it over.
Any fingerprints?
Nothing. No fingerprints have been found at the scene at all.
So, like, there were fingerprints from Oda and Iris, but somebody else drove the van, so if they didn't leave fingerprints there, they wouldn't leave fingerprints in here.
This entire warehouse is clean.
Are there fibers from the bear costume?
I see.
Nice cutting machine. It's been here a while, so it wasn't moved.
3 a.m. this morning. Iris was lying right here.
If Ota hadn't come to save her, it would have been too late.
This is the workbench Iris was laying on. I can't find any clues here. Hello, Inspector. We see each other a lot, don't we?
Yeah, wish it were under better circumstances. Too bad you're not a girl. This could be the start of something.
Huh. Yeah, thinking the same thing.
Do you have a family?
No, unfortunately I live alone. With a job like this, I don't really get the chance to meet new people.
Except at crime scenes. And I'm sure you meet great people at crime scenes.
Once this case is wrapped up, how about you and I go to a cabaret club together?
Hey, now you're talking. You're buying, right?
Sure, I'll expense it.
I recorded that conversation. I will be sending it to the boss later.
On second thought, why don't we split it?
Aw, lame.
Aww. So any clues?
No, nothing so far.
The inspector's doing his duties, as usual. A giant blood stain. That's all of the blood in Oda's body. That must be Oda's blood. That's where he was stabbed and went down. Hello, cardboard box? There's nothing in it. Box. A wooden box on a shelf. It is the only wooden box, and that's kind of bizarre to me. Like, everything else is cardboard boxes. That's wooden box, and it's just there.
There are only a few items on the shelf. Is this warehouse not in use?
I can't find any leads on the shelf. Have you looked hard enough? Alright, so equipment.
A
Streaming
video
equipment.
camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Okay.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Great security. Really great. Top notch. Way to go, guys.
It's freezing.
Date, we're at our limit. We've examined everything of interest here. Let's go elsewhere.
I agree.
Video camera and laptop used for the stream. Probably can't find the culprit with these, though. No, probably not. Alright, back to headquarters. Off we go. Talk about this with the person who probably did it.
Before we reach HQ, let's summarize our investigation so far.
Okay. About Mizuki.
Mizuki did not have any new information about Okiura Fishery. Currently, it seems there is nothing linking that company to Renju.
Other than the name, which is why somebody might have picked it.
Still, something's not right.
About Mayumi.
Mayumi is suffering from dementia. If Mayumi followed Ota and Iris, it is highly likely that she saw the person in the polar bear costume. But...
She might not remember.
correct.
About so.
There is only circumstantial evidence linking So Sejima to the new Cyclops serial killings.
I agree, but there has to be more to it. The Kumakuras had connections to both victims. So has a connection to the Kumakuras.
So he might be the next victim.
There's a
And he
common
is.
link there. They have to be involved somehow. So also might have connections to Iris.
Because So appeared in Iris's Somnium?
We're not remarking on the fact that his head was on a very busty female body, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's mentioned that. So about So,
I am more interested in the hired guns that So uses as bodyguards. I did some research and discovered that Mr. Sajima hires substantial security. If all of his security staff are this heavily armed, Yakuza gangs pale in comparison.
Is So trying to start trouble?
Unknown, but there is definitely more than he is letting on.
any other information?
There is an important piece of news.
What is it?
The Odoroki Man chocolate found at the warehouse. Fingerprints were found on it.
Whose?
Mayumi Matsushida's.
What?
So she was there.
Mayumi bought the chocolate at the convenience store 812 on Koshu. This was captured on security footage. 812 stores are commonly called 8s. 8 is not far from the Famisto where Ota stole the station wagon.
Hold on a second. I'm having trouble keeping the facts straight.
Allow me to summarize.
Please.
The chocolate was purchased yesterday at 10:33 p.m.
That's the same time Ota stole that car.
Correct.
What conclusions can we draw from that?
Unknown. All that is known for certain is that Mayumi bought the chocolate at an 8 store last night, and that same chocolate somehow ended up in the warehouse.
Did she go there and drop it?
It is possible.
Well...
Sorry to interrupt your brainstorming, but there's a call from the boss.
Connect me.
Great.
Date, did you hear that Iris's operation is over?
Yeah, I heard about it at the hospital. She made it, right?
Yes, but she's still unconscious. She's currently in the ICU. No visitors allowed.
Alright.
Ota, however, seems like he can talk now.
He's out of treatment?
Yeah, he's in a general ward now.
Is he actually going to talk this time?
Got it. I'll head over.
I'll meet you there.
How are you feeling, Ota?
You know, surprisingly, I'm feeling pretty good.
It's the morphine.
I'm still under anesthesia, so I don't have any pain.
Alright, that's good.
Ota, I'm sorry to put this on you right after your surgery, but can you talk to us for a minute?
Boss got right to business after introducing herself. I don't know why, but Ota seemed almost happy to answer. Maybe it was the drugs. Maybe it was the high from surviving a life-or-death situation. Or maybe it was because he saved Iris.
Yeah, sure.
About the walk.
Oh yeah. You hit me over the head with that walk, didn't you?
Oh, that was... I thought I needed to protect Tessa, so...
Isn't there something you want to say to me?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But you're not gonna get a second chance.
I won't do it again.
It's a good thing you didn't tase me, or you might be dead right now.
I swear on Ganesha.
You should swear to a god that's a little closer, kid.
Anyway, did you hear about Iris?
Her surgery was successful, right?
Yeah, thanks to you. If you weren't there, Iris would have been in real trouble.
I'm Tessa's biggest fan. Any fan would have done what I did. It's nothing special. It's as normal as garlic and ramen.
except you've commonly referred to yourself as her thrall, which I think is something normal fans don't always say.
I think that depends on preference.
Honestly, I'm a little bit scared of my new power. When I locked eyes with that polar bear, I saw him start shaking. He saw how strong I was and got scared, no doubt.
Ota's body temperature is rising.
He's embellishing his story quite a bit.
I think we can let that go today.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright, kid. Who stabbed you?
Were you watching the stream? A big polar bear.
Yes, I'm talking about who was inside. Did you see them?
No. Whoever it was probably wearing that costume to hide their identity.
About that thing on Nile, will you please just answer it? Without the walk this time?
That's... Sorry. I promised that I wouldn't tell anyone.
Then I'll tell Iris about your fake accounts. You know what happens after that, right? Everything you built up here is gonna come crashing down.
But I can't tell you.
Why not? Calm down and think about it. The criminal who attacked Iris is still out there. Iris might have seen the criminal's face. Whoever did this might come back to kill her.
No.
Yeah, you didn't think that through?
If you want to protect her, the fastest way is for us to catch this guy. But to do that, I need information.
Okay.
About that thing.
Remember when I told you about my day Saturday? I kind of lied a little.
What did you lie about?
When I got to Sunfish Pocket, I saw a sign that said the place was all rented out. That part is true. But after that, I said I went home, but I didn't. I was hanging out in Akihabara for a few hours.
Is that when you bought your new phone?
Yeah.
Why did you hide that?
Because something happened after.
Keep talking.
This must have been about 8:50. I was going to cross the intersection in Akiba, and I saw Mr. Okiura's car at the light. But when I got close, I saw Tessa driving it.
Iris was driving it?
Whoa! You surprised me!
I'm more surprised than you are. Is something wrong?
What do you mean? Hey, Tessa, do you have a license?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. Not have one.
You don't have a license?
Shh. Mr. Okiura asked me to run an errand. I had to borrow his car. Please don't tell anyone.
Okay.
You promise?
Anything for you. After that, the light turned green and she drove off.
Was Iris the only one in the car?
Yeah, it was just her. That's what I meant by that thing. An idle driving without a license is a huge deal. So I kept quiet.
Alright.
Saturday at 6:15 p.m., Ota saw Iris and Renju together. They were leaving the Sunfish Pocket building. 2.5 hours later, Ota witnessed Iris driving Renju's car. What are your thoughts?
This is sounding really bad for Iris.
But consider the current circumstances. Iris had her left eye taken out by a criminal who is possibly the new Cyclops killer. And if Ota had not reached her in time, she would have been killed.
What is going on here?
Yeah, that's what we want to figure out. About the Odoroki Man chocolate. I took the chocolate out of my pocket and showed it to Oda.
Does this jog your memory?
Oh, that.
What? Do you know something about it?
You don't have to show me the thermograph. It's written all over his face.
Absolutely.
What happened after you left Matsushita Diner?
You mean after hitting you with the walk?
Yes.
I took Tessa in the van and we ran away. I drove for a while, then we decided to take a breather. I parked the car at Famisto on Koshu. I told Tessa I was gonna go in and buy something to drink. I got out of the car, and I went inside. But then, I heard Tessa screaming, "Ota, help!" I ran out of the store as fast as I could, but the car was driving away! I looked around, and I saw there was a car with its engine still on, and...
The station wagon, right?
yeah. Before I even realized what I was doing, I was behind the steering wheel. I didn't mean to steal it. I just needed to borrow it.
The time was 10:33 p.m. Now we know why Ota stole the station wagon.
Yeah, that went like how I kind of expected it did. After stealing the station wagon, where are the other hours?
I took the car, then drove out onto Koshu, but I couldn't find the van anywhere. I searched for what felt like hours.
You didn't contact the police?
I thought, after I hit you...
You shouldn't have worried about that.
But that's all that I was thinking at the time. I thought that if I called the cops, they'd arrest me. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was panicking. And that's why I didn't realize it right away.
Realize what?
My phone. I left my new phone in the car.
Why's that so important?
Because the phone had GPS on it. If I looked it up, I would find the location of the van.
Smart.
So I drove as fast as I could to an internet cafe and looked it up. That's when I found out my new phone was at a warehouse near the water. You know the rest.
After running into the warehouse...
Did you see me turn off the saw?
Yeah, but everything after that was off screen. What happened?
I honestly don't remember much. My mind went blank. I remember rushing the bear, and I think I was fighting him for a while. And we got tangled up, and then before I knew it, he got me in the stomach with a knife.
Identity of the polar bear.
Just to make absolutely certain, you didn't see who was in the suit?
No, I didn't.
Voice? Body type?
Nothing. Sorry.
It didn't make grunting noises when you fought it?
Anything at all you can remember?
I'm sorry, I told you everything. I can't think of anything else.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Date, look.
Oh, come on. After all this, what is he trying to hide?
His mom. He's trying to protect his mom.
Date, Ota is acting strange. I advise caution.
What do you mean? I don't believe it.
He's holding a knife.
Why does he have that?
Because it's his mom's.
In any case, you know what you have to do now.
I know.
Let me go! Let me go!
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Shut up! Just let me go!
Sleeping gas. Now you've done it. I can't question him like this.
But you can still get information.
Yep, we're going
inside
into
his
Somnium.
head.
Here we go.
Dante, as you know, the limit is 6 minutes. Please, do not go over it.
Won't be a problem. But, are you sure this is okay? Ota just came out of surgery.
If anything happens, I'll take responsibility.
But...
It's fine. Just get it done.
Good enough for me.
Wow, Pewter.
Can you please take me with you? As long as I have Wi-Fi, I don't need anything else.
Sorry, we can't have pets.
Cold-hearted old man.
Here we go.
Is this a cold storage warehouse?
Seems to be.
Not a manga cafe? Or an otaku shop?
This was the most traumatizing thing in his recent memory, and I spy a secret.
No, but a warehouse is a commonly used location in live-action dramas.
You know a lot.
Predicting this, I did some research on Ota's taste.
I see. By the way, are you smaller?
Either that, or everything else is bigger. Interesting.
Well, he is kind of short.
Hey, that's... Iris is about to be...
Stop right there! The heavens call. The earth cries out. The crowds roar. All calling on me to strike back against evil!
I'm glad the saw has stopped in the background.
Hold on, Tessa! I will save you! Yeah! I will protect Tessa!
Is this from the stream we saw earlier?
This is Ota's memory of it. It appears to be a bit exaggerated.
Alright, let's help reproduce the memory.
Well, it's got epic,
Activate!
epic music. Reproduce the fiery battle between Ota and the polar bear. Save Iris, save the world.
Curse you,
That's
polar
kind of an
bear.
old reference now,
I
isn't
will
it?
vanquish you! But if I rush in, I'll slip on the ice and fall! Like this. Ah! Ah! Damn it! If I go in like that, I'll have nothing to show for it! All of it amounts to nothing. What will I do?
I don't know what that was exactly, but the knowledge you gained might be useful.
I did not want to use my local storage space for this.
I want to get to secret, and I want to do it before I do anything else, because otherwise I'm going to not be able to get it, like I missed the other one. I mean, I'll go back and get the other one.
The ice on the floor is slick.
Jump?
The orthodox method. Understood. Huh? Are you laughing at me?
No, not at all.
Those who don't fight won't survive! Ah!
Uh-oh. Here's another split point.
Damn! He's too strong! It sucks, but this is war after all! Tessa! May the glory of victory be yours!
It's over.
I suppose we have no choice but to find the glory of victory.
Escort him to the green
Agent
shelf.
Dante,
Escort him
you've
to the
got 4
red
minutes.
shelf.
A plate attached to the shelf. The cold has frosted over it.
Wow.
But then, something strange happened.
What's happening? Oh, that's bright.
What is this?
It's A-Set's logo. That is Mama's knife.
Options! Tessa! If this was another, I would have died already. Next time, he will get me. That's just destiny.
So would red shelf lead to his mom?
No! I will fight destiny and win!
So he says.
I'm the one who has to help him.
We have to make Hero of Justice Ota fight back and look cool doing it.
You have 3 minutes, Dante.
Counterattack and move the wooden box. So yeah, so we're gonna move to the forklift. Because this was the one that had moved.
A forklift. What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world, right? Your role in this dream is to assist Ota in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate 6%. Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
Hey, forklift! Fork over that weapon now!
Oh god.
I can't stand. I'm weak.
You did just bash your head against a shelf because you were excited by the letter A.
Did he really help Iris like that?
We have no choice but to have Ota do it. We need him to stand up.
Disarm the foe. Well, this was
An
rolled
oil
out.
Drum, though it is lying down.
Roll it. Oh, the barrel says A-set on it.
Acetone? An A-set?
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Disarm the foe.
The door.
Open it.
It won't open. We need to do something inside the warehouse first.
That's good to know for later, I guess. Oh, can we interact with Oda?
Ota is still down.
Motivate? Oh, hold on.
Don't be scared. Stand up. Don't beg for it, earn it. Do it and you'll be rewarded.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I can't be scared now. I have to stand up. Now, count up your sins.
Oh, God.
There.
That's almost certainly not his mother, though. He saw the knife. Definitely. And maybe her with the chocolate, but I don't think that his mother would stab him even with dementia. And also the polar bear is way too tall to be his mom. I'm interested to see where the other one goes. Ooh, that was definitely an eyeball in there. It's looking back at me now. Gonna be seeing eyes everywhere after this.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
the Odoroki man chocolate that had her fingerprints on it. I took it out of my pocket and showed him.
The Hodoroki man chocolate.
The same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not!
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse. But you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not!
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
Probably the floral pattern kitchen knife.
The kitchen knife, with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always, is carved on the handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused. And then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And? Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa.
No.
And she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because...
She was buying the chocolate.
Two cars were parked in front of the warehouse. One was the van owned by the Matsushita family. Ota's fingerprints were detected on the driver's seat and steering wheel. Iris's fingerprints were detected on the passenger seat. The other car was a station wagon. Yesterday at 10:33 p.m., Ota stole this station wagon. It was parked at the Famisto along Koshu Highway. Ota explained his reasoning for stealing the car.
It's because she was buying
He
chocolate at the same
claims that
time.
while he was inside the Famisto, someone took off with the van, with Iris still inside.
As she was seen in the other parking lot, so it would have to be...
Ota decided to steal the station wagon parked nearby to give pursuit. Ota searched for the van in his stolen vehicle. Our investigation determined that Iris and the van were taken 1 minute before Ota stole the station wagon.
There's a lot of information encapsulated in this one
This puts
thing.
the incident occurring at 10:32 p.m.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right one.
The Matsushita's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famisto while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Aside from other basic, physical size constraints.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover. I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, wait a minute!
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Well, how are you gonna do that if she doesn't remember anything? Are you gonna bring her back here to sync?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
No, but she may have seen who did. Not that she remembers it, but we'll try.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
I don't think you did. Huh. Well, let's find out.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch, I took her to the warehouse, and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
Yes.
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
Alright. So why did you kidnap Iris?
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him.
Okay. Why did you take out her eye?
Because I just hated her so much. Killing her wasn't enough.
Why did you want to stream it online?
Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Where did you get the camera and laptop?
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
I don't remember. It's true, I planned the whole thing.
Were you the one who stabbed Oda?
Well...
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
Yes! I stabbed him. With the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just...
About the Cyclops killings.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them.
What was your motive?
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate. That man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him.
Okay then. Why did you kill Shoko?
Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to to get to him.
That wouldn't have worked.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there.
When and how did you kill her?
Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
You're trying to protect Oda.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer! I am!
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota...
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her.